Brake clean goes a long way. You use half the can on one spot. What's going on, guys? So I got some good news. The fishbowl is running good, running strong. Made a couple more hits on the street up in Springfield, and thing is running good. It's on wastegate pressure still, and I'm freaking loving it. Having so much fun just on wastegate pressure. I'm still trying to just learn the car a little bit. I did ruin my set of slicks. These obviously are not the slicks. You can't even see this really dark, but these are just my street tires that I drive around on. Literally cannot even accelerate with these on there because it just starts spinning. But I do try to kind of like to put some miles on it and keep driving it, make sure it's reliable, which at this point I'm 100% confident that it's going to just keep going until I make a pass at the track or something and it breaks or something just fails. I mean, it's a car, so that definitely can happen, but as of right now it's running really good. And the other thing is I got the minivan back. My buddy Jared did the transmission swap for me. I've had it back for about a week or so, probably 2 weeks now, maybe. Yeah, probably about 2 weeks now. And I probably put a couple hundred miles on it. He did recommend that I do a transmission flush, so I'm gonna go do that today. And the maintenance required light came on, and he also told me that that's just the change oil light. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that today, just pretty much a little bit of maintenance and catch up what's going on. I think the car's running good enough to where it's almost time to turn it up, but I really kind of almost don't want to do that because I feel like it will just do something. I mean, I don't want it to break yet. I just feel like if I turn it up and go be crazy, then something will happen to it. But I did have to put a stock steering wheel on here. The like hub adapter that goes to my quick release, the little hub that goes into the steering column, it was just like a cheaper brand, and it actually, like, the threads that go on, the threads that connect, that slide through each other, kind of like an axle on a hub or whatever, the splines kind of just like rip themselves off. So I was turning the wheel was turning, but the wheels were doing nothing, so it was kind of sketchy. So I stole this off Mark's car for the time being until I can get a new hub. But no, it's doing good, having fun. I did go ahead and throw some paint on the intercooler piping and the catch can just because I was bored, didn't have really anything going on, and it was getting dirty. I mean, you can still see the little speckles in it now, but I mean, when it was chrome, it was way dirty. So I just didn't like that look, and I've been kind of tossing the idea around, since I am for sure never going to be running a hood on this car again. I'm probably going to just put, I might buy a new intake, probably like an aftermarket one from Skunk 2, and a new fuel rail. There's Ryan. But Skunk 2 makes a really cool intake, and a lot of the HDB guys don't run them because the spacing back here, and also a lot of guys run a hood. I don't run a hood, but the clearance for the hood is definitely an issue with those guys. I'm not going to be running one, like I said, so I don't really care about the height. I just think that the runners back here will hit this, which I'm not for sure. I'd really like to find somebody local who's got one for an H series that I can like test fit, I guess. But I would like to get a new intake manifold and a fuel rail. I've been having an issue where these little grommets right here on the injector are popping out, and at the track, let's see here if it's still, yeah, I have the harness zip tied up here to this bracket for the throttle cable, because the harness was hanging down. It actually pulled this wire out of the injector clip, and it wasn't getting a good connection, and it was actually down a cylinder, and I still ran like a high 12 or low 13 on 3 cylinders. So I got that fixed, but I would really like to get a different fuel rail on here and just kind of clean up. It's still, the inside of that intake is pretty dirty. It actually probably just, I guess, needs cleaned out. I don't know, but I'm gonna try and get it worked out. try and find one of those local. I'd like to test fit one before I mean, they're kind of expensive. Well, I found one for like 300 bucks, but this car is definitely sort of a budget car. I've got a lot of money in it, but I've been trying to budget myself on it. But I mean, I would like to do that. That would definitely clean it up and make it look a lot better. I could probably do something with all this wiring sometime in life too, but I don't know. I'm not gonna really do anything with this car for a little bit until I can get some new tires. I would like to find some radials. So if anyone has some radials laying around, some Toyo Proxies, like the 888Rs, I had some before, but there was never with the car actually running right. It made like probably 260, 300 horsepower, and on those tires it really didn't do nothing. But now that I'm on wastegate and it's making 427-ish, I mean, I feel like some radials and a 40 or 50 roll, just try and do some roll racing, try and learn the car from a roll. I figure I've got it down from a dig with the slicks on, so that's that. I'd like to practice more and try and just learn the car from a roll. I feel like it would actually be fairly quick from a roll. But I mean, you know, I might as well just walk around and just catch you guys up on everything. It's kind of been a minute. Sorry, I've been busy running around the last couple of days, but get it down. So we got Ryan's car, everything, all the shift linkages in there. This is from my car. We just kind of got that sitting in there to cover everything up, but we got all the shift linkage on, and it's runs and drives. I don't know if the battery's not hooked up, but runs and drives. Just need to do some wiring. I don't know if you can see in there, he's got his wideband, his oil pressure stuff. He's got to hook up still, but that's running. We just got to get some wiring done and then get a tune on it. It's on like a base map from another, I think it's a base map from another H series car that was just already in the ECU, and it starts and it runs and drives this, but it doesn't run right. It's got a check engine light for probably the O2 and something else. VTEC is not hooked up yet, so we still need to figure that out. But as far as the van goes, we're just going to be doing some normal maintenance on it today, and it's running good. I mean, I live in Mount Vernon. I've been Springfield and back multiple times, and I went to Branson yesterday, and thing did good all the way home to and from Branson, so it's running great. Oh, it's like 100 degrees in here. That's kind of weird. Pretty sure, so Kyle Wade from Boosted Boys has zebra print on his hatch, but his is the roof. That's kind of fun. And it is so nice to just drive your daily driver right into the shop. Well, I should say shop, but it's also the living room. So that's cool. Yeah, it's a fun fact about that thing. That's Ryan's brother's car. Found some metal shavings in the oil and tore the entire engine down, but come to find out his turbo was just bad. So that's great. Well, I'm just like super pumped up because this had a bad transmission, and this has got that magnet on the end of the transmission plug, and I already wiped it off. But when the first time I did it, when the transmission was bad, there was like, I shit you not, a pound of just like, I would say it was like clutch material and dirt and grime and just nasty from the clutches inside the transmission being worn out on this. And I wiped it off, and I don't know here. Wait, it wasn't even that rag. It was this rag. It was just, I mean, yeah, it's dark, but I mean, it's supposed to be red, but the dirt and stuff in there, I mean, there was no metal shavings. I'd rather it be dirty and no metal shavings versus metal shavings and clean. If that I don't know if that makes sense, but right on. Oh my Lanta. Whoops. Well, service is done on the minivan. I think I'm gonna clean up my mess and put away all my tools, and then maybe go for a spin in the hatch. Axel, hey! All right, get ran over. It's cool. Sweet. Daily is done. If anyone has any tires, factory OEM size tires for an Odyssey, I need some. All of those are shot pretty much. So, all right, I'm gonna clean up my mess real fast, and then I'll see you in a second. Well, guys, I lied. I said I was gonna drive this thing, but I got some stuff I gotta go do in town. So I'm just gonna, I guess it hasn't been started in about a week, so I'm just gonna start it and let it run for a second, let it get warm, and drive it back into the shop and go run some errands. This thing hates being cold. Watch that. Woo-hoo! That's so awesome. That is my favorite gauge. I honestly watch the oil pressure gauge more than I watch the wideband. I don't know if that's good or not, but it's freaking sweet. You're getting 90 pounds of pressure at idle when it's cold still. So this is cool. Hopefully, if I can find, there's another car I want to get. I would like to find me like a beat up Civic, one that's covered in rust or something that's just smashed. There's something that just looks terrible, but at least it runs and drives. I know it's kind of like a far-fetched kind of thing to look at, but I would really want to do me like a Death Cart or an Exo car. So if anybody has a Civic or a Miata, because so I feel like if I do a Civic, I want to do it kind of like Leroy, I guess, from Kyle's show. But then again, it will be front-wheel drive, turbo, nothing crazy fast, just something that looks cool and is different to have fun with on the street. But if I get a Miata, I want to do it drift car. So if anyone's got any of those laying around, let me know. I'm just gonna pull it back in to the shop. I was gonna drive it, but I gotta go do some crap. I'll tell you in a second. Yeah, freaking, I was driving and the little threaded piece, the little Allen nut that goes in there, the top one backed out and the bottom one's loose, so the freaking shifter, the height adjuster is all screwed up, so I just need to get me some Allen heads for that. But see if I can drive this thing in here. Your living room smell like ethanol? 'Cause mine's about to. Woo! All right. House is gonna smell good now. Hey, get down. And yes, I still have the door beeper thing in there. I was out the other night and everyone was giving me crap. It's like, why do you still have the freaking alarm thing, like when the door opens or whatever? It's like, because it's not a freaking race car. It's a street car with freaking Steelies on the front. So I was out the other night and the car did really good. I've been going and making a lot of street hits lately, late at night, with some friends, and the car's been doing really good. They've got a little spot set up to where roughly an 1/8 mile is, and I've been trapping right around 100 to like 105 mile an hour, which I don't know what that is in the 1/8, but that's, if I can get the front half down to where it doesn't spin, because it still spins a whole bunch in first and second, and then it is a freaking rock star through third and fourth. I don't never hit fifth. It's just kind of pointless to hit fifth gear on the street. It's kind of pointless at all, actually. But after further inspection of the slicks, you can see right here and right there, there's this long patch. It's like pretty decent size. all the way around, but you can tell that the car just needs an alignment. And I mean, obviously the street is not going to be good on slicks, especially the road. It's not like terribly rough, but it's not like nice and smooth or whatever. But this slick is bad, obviously. I haven't inspected that one yet, but I just been looking at this one because this is the one that is rough. I didn't even like pay attention. I wasn't thinking about how the slicks were looking. I just kept running and running. The car was running good, so I was pumped up, and I was actually about to race somebody else, and I went to go check the air pressure, and it was sitting just like this, right side up, with this facing up, and I was like, oh crap. So I was gonna make a hit. I was about to make a hit, and I'm really glad I didn't. I asked a buddy if he would trust that, and he said no. So that's exactly what I did. I don't really know and I mean, I'm still new to this racing stuff. I've been doing the low life forever, kind of starting to get a hang of the racing stuff. So I took his word for it, put the street tires on, I drove home. But yeah, I need a set of slicks. I'd rather just buy 2 new ones versus have a brand new one on this tire or this wheel and then a used one. I would probably throw a bunch of crap off, I would assume. But if anyone's got a set of slicks, these are 24.5 by 9s, 13. These are just the ETs. I mean, they're really good tires. I can't say, I mean, they've done good for me. I haven't had anything else, haven't tested with anything else, so I'm just probably going to keep using these, using this brand. So, but yep, that's about all I got for you today. Just kind of catching you up on everything, what's going on. If I can find one of those cars I was talking about earlier for a death cart, either a beat up Civic, I don't want a hatch because they're just smaller. I'd like to actually have a 4-door or a coupe to where I could put back seats in it, and me and all my buddies could just climb in it with a cage and stuff and just cruise around town. I think that'd be sweet. So if you guys come across anything like that for under $500 or right around $500, just let me know. I'd really appreciate that. But that's been all I got for you. So we're gonna go run some errands, make some food. But thanks for watching.